Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you don't make me laugh, please. So today I'm here with my friend Abimisola, and we're going to be talking about important issues. Honestly, we're going to be laughing, but these are very serious issues. Because of the things that have been happening for the past, it should be a month right now, right? Or a few weeks.
Almost a month, yeah.
Yes, it's got a lot of people talking, and I feel like it's something we should keep talking about because people tend to say stuff like, "Oh, if I talk too much, nothing's gonna happen." But like, if we stop talking, nothing's gonna happen either way. So, as in, it's better we talk about it. So,
my name is Oluwaseun, but people try and call me Oluwaseun, Sion, Oluwaseun, Can I just call you S?
Who called you Sion, Abeg?
So in South Africa, there's the meaning of boy in Afrikaans is Sion.
Mm-hmm.
Like they say Sion, and it's spelled exactly like my name. So they just assume my parents were just those Black people that wanted to be so white that they named their daughter boy. You get that kind of thing.
Really?
Yeah, it is stupid sometimes. Okay. My name is Oluwaseun. Like from time I started to understand the beauty of calling my full name, because most times I just used to tell people, just call me Sheon, just call me Sheon, just call me Sheon. But like if you go back and like try and get the meaning of my name means God, I thank you. So if I just keep saying Sheon all the time, it just means thank you. Obviously, my close friends are still going to be calling me Sheon, but like I do want to like impact the act of saying Oluwaseun. Names are very important. I find it very annoying when I meet somebody and I tell you my name. So my name is Oluwaseun, or I say call me Sheon, and then you call me all sorts. You don't even try and put the effort. You sometimes even tell me that, you know what, can I just call you this? And for the longest time, so when I was in A levels, when I got to A levels, if my A level people are watching this, well, when I got to A levels, I decided that, okay, when I got to A levels, I was kind of angry that I was in A levels in the first place. So I was taking everything with ease. So now what I used to do is that I would say my name to somebody and they wouldn't say it properly. So I had this face where I'll just look like, that's not my name. So as in like, I was very straight, and I used to easily call people like, don't say my name like that. Don't say that, because for the past 12 years, we've been in Nigeria for, most of us left when we wanted to do A levels or university, even though we went like for holidays and stuff like that. We mostly left, and that's when people started saying our names much more. And I used to make it mandatory that you say my name right, unless I wouldn't answer you. So for example, if I'm walking and you're calling me, I'm fully aware you're calling me because I know that's who you're calling, but I don't know who that person is. I don't know
who Sion is.
I don't know who that is, because I've already addressed you. So the thing is that for first time meeting somebody, you could see some people are putting the effort. So for example, the tonations, the way they sound, no matter how much they try, it's still going to sound different, but they put the effort. If I can pronounce Vimbai, I feel like you should be able to pronounce Sheon. Even if it doesn't sound like Sheon, it should sound like Sheon. Like there should be
effort, yeah.
You get like something like that. So in A levels, during like when they used to call us out for like attendance and stuff, if you don't call my name properly, I won't answer you. A lot of times I got called to like the office to ask why wasn't I in school. And I was like, but I was there. You saw me there. So why the attendance didn't say so? It got so bad that sometimes they would even mark me present when I wasn't there, just because the person was afraid to say my name. So you get this kind of thing. So what's your own experience with your name?
Okay, so the names that people call me that are everything but my actual name, I get Abimbola, Bimbo, Abisola, Abimisola, Abimisola. Recently, I started getting Abby. Abimisola. Wow, that one really stresses me out. Abimisola.
Yeah, it's even good. It's foreigners. It's Nigerians. Yoruba women self that are the ones that are getting my name wrong. Abimisola. They've called me Abimbola, Bimbo, Abimisola, Abisola. Do you know that this woman, one of our house parents from Corona, this woman left a comment. I posted my graduation pictures, and she left a comment and she said, "Congratulations, Abisola." I said, you say what? You said wait. You know why this is annoying? Because that post, first of all, my name is at the beginning of my Facebook, right?
Mm-hmm.
That post, I had specifically written out my 3 names in full. So she read the names. She just said this girl's name is Abisola. And I definitely had people all through, like, my just living in Nigeria, going to Nigeria, that refused to call me Abimisola. And I don't know if it's because, like, I don't know, it feels very disrespectful of, like, I've definitely corrected you a number of times, right? So you know that, like, at least, you know this girl's name, you have to think twice before you say it, right? Because how you think it is not actually how it is. But yet that effort does not exist. They just keep, like, I had one teacher that used to call me Abimsola. I say, you know what, A for effort, because you know that M was there somewhere, and you try to put it in, but, like, it's ridiculous. I remember my mom told me, like, when I was a kid, she'd gone somewhere to some kind of, like, family thing, and they had asked, oh, what's the baby's name? She said Abimisola, and they called me, like, Abimbola or something like that, and she was like, that's not her name. They told her, you don't correct Agbalagba.
Agbalaba means, like, I say Agbalaba, oh Jesus. Agbalaba means old person, like an older person.
And I was like, are you serious? On top of somebody's name again. Her daughters, are you serious? Like, I don't get it. I don't.
It's funny because my second name is Abimbola, so as in, like, what they call it again. I feel like people do that because you know that thing of Nigerians always want, like, they feel like they always know everything, like they're always aware of everything. They probably think you are the one not pronouncing your name well.
I don't know my own name
because most times they will say there's no Yoruba name called Abimisola, and you'll be like, oh, because I remember when we first met, I was like, your name's Abimisola, you're lying, your name's Abibola. I did tell you that. And you to explain to me that your parents had formed the name. And obviously, like, as in, I started calling you Abimisola. It didn't take anything away from me to just get the name correctly. And the fact that Nigerians are doing that to you even makes it more annoying because they are meant
you cannot get it. He's supposed to get it,
Exactly. Like, they're the underground guys, they're the ones that were to start it. So where is the wrong there and stuff like that? I remember when I used to, like, as in, at the point in time, my name is quite easy as far as I'm concerned. I feel it's very easy to pronounce. Oluwaseun, like, and, like, some people, okay, my surname, just for safety reasons, I won't say my surname, obviously, but, like, as in, people decided that my surname, what I told them, was not my surname. They decided that meaning that I put behind my surname was not my surname. And I was like, what? They would say, no, there's no surname like that. Its message was just to tell people that they should actually just love their names, because you cannot make another. I'm telling you, if you can go to Russia, you can go to Iceland, you can pronounce those names, those long names, those. Like, you should hear some boys call some footballers, and I'm like, wow, amazing. But your name is Leke, and they'll be calling you like what's that? What is that? Like, do you get that kind of thing? Another story, this one is really important. Another thing about thing is that although I'm correcting people to say my name properly, people that have my name also should, like, make sure they correct people, because this is what happened. So I have this friend in A-levels, and first time she met me, she was like, what's your name? And I said my name, and then I said my name when she asked me my name, and she was like, I know that name, like, I should spell it out for her. So I spelled it out for her, and she was like, she knows the name, she's going to pronounce it. And she goes, Oluwaseun. And I was like, huh?
Actually, I do remember people calling it Sean. Sorry.
I was like, why? And she was like, oh, there's a boy that she knew that he used to call himself Oluwaseun. Like, as in, when people ask his name, he'll say his name is Oluwaseun. Oluwaseun means God and Sean. Like, it doesn't have any meaning anymore. Like, literally.
But you know what's sad? Sorry, this is a segue back to, like, how my name has suffered in this life. So when I moved here, obviously people call me Abim, right? When I moved here and people asked me what my name was, and I said Abim, and guys, they shortened it to Abby. I became Abby. I said, I'm not going by Abby. Let's try Bim. I will still say Bim, and they'll hear Bim. They hear Ben.
And
I'm like, I gave you guys one syllable. One syllable. Cannot be that hard to work with one syllable.
And another thing
but
is
somehow,
when you're saying it, you'll be like, but this thing isn't hard. Do you get that?
it's very simple.
It's not that hard. So why are you guys making it so hard? But anyways, our message to you guys today is to make sure people pronounce your name properly. Like, we've made jokes, we've laughed about it, but like, it's important that people respect your name. Like, it's your name. Like, it's basically your identity. Like, it's your name. Your name is really important. Like, I can't go deeper into how important your name is because I'll bring some spirituality into it. But like, your name is actually very, very important. So make sure people call your name properly.
Listen, at the end of the day, I'm probably the only Abimisola that you know. My username is never taken, baby. Never. I can go to my space now and go and search that Abimisola, and I'm sure the name is still available for me. So, listen, they did me right. I am mad. Yeah.
Now we're going to talk about being friends with someone with another religion. Yes, that's it. So, I'm Christian. Abim is Muslim. So let me tell you what happened when we met in year 7. So
okay. I want to preface.
Would you like to say the story? You should say the story.
Year 7. How old are you? Year 7? I was 11 years old. The brain, it was very empty. All right, continue.
No, say the story. Say the story. I have different stories. I don't think we're going to say the same story. So say your own story.
There are multiple.
Say your own story first. Okay, let me say my first.
Yeah.
Okay, so in year 7, I knew they were Muslims, but like, as in, I used to see Muslims pray in the mosque when I'm going home on Fridays and stuff like that. I knew that, but like, I don't think I really had like direct contact with them. So like, going to secondary school was like a direct contact. Obviously, I'd met Muslims, I'd known people that were Muslims, but it's not like I had seen them practicing, like doing the prayers and stuff like that. So in year 7, I had a friend that was in the same dorm as Abimisola. So I used to go see my friend in Abimisola's dorm all the time. So there was a time that Abimisola was going to go and pray. And like, it was just so fascinating to me. So Abim said she needed to do an ablution. So she needed to go like wash before she prayed. And so, as in, I don't know whether she remembered this, but like, as in, I followed her to go and look at what she was doing. So she washed herself, she came back and she was praying. And things that we could be making noise. And Abim would zone every single person out and stay in that room and do the prayer, and she would finish. So the thing I also learned was that when you're doing your prayer, you must be clean, meaning that, for example, so if Abim does feel like farting, if she farts, you'll have to start the prayer all over again. So all these things were so fascinating to me, like meeting Abim for the first time and just like going, like seeing how things were. It was just so different to like what I knew. Obviously, I knew like Muslims used to do, but to see beforehand was just,
I don't see it.
Yes, it was mind blowing. I was really like, honestly, I don't know whether maybe that's what made me even more curious about her, but like, as in, that added it to why I and Abim became friends. But the main point of this story is that not one time when I was Abim's friend did I think, oh my God, what is this girl doing? Like, obviously, I had come to, even though we're young, I had realized that people did different things. So, for example, I'm Christian, I pray, think a different way and stuff like that. Obviously, there were times when I'll tell Abimisola, are you sure you don't want to be a Christian? Are you sure you don't want to be a Christian? Which is something we'll talk about later, about like stuff like that.
Did I tell you how?
Say your own story.
What's his name? Mr. Larry tried to convert me once. I can't remember what we were talking about, but he just somehow brought up the whole thing. I was like, bro, it's not happening. I'm so sorry. I appreciate you, A for effort, but like, it's not happening. But yeah, I think, like, I think I also grew up in a very blended situation where like my mom's family is Christian. My mom was Christian even when she was married for like a couple of years before she ended up converting. So, and I think a lot of people used to think that like she converted because she was married, and I'm like, no, like honestly, I don't think that's a good enough reason for you to change your religion just because you're marrying somebody. Like, you have to, like, religion is really a thing of like you and your relationship with God and like how best you want to go about it. And I think, yeah, like I'd always grown up with Christians. A lot of my friends were Christian. Like I could count the number of Muslim friends I had just because of where we grew up.
Mhm.
And I think that secondary school definitely gives you like a closer perspective of what that life is like, you know. And there's some, like, maybe there's some ignorant things that you would hear like in the mosque or like from family members, and that like you would kind of carry over. Like I remember one day I had this was also in a seminar, I think. I had very stupid arguments about like religion and stuff like that. And then I guess you just grow up and you realize that like all this thing happens. And I think that's also part of like growing in your religion, is you have a better perspective of how of I guess how God can be in people's lives. Like I'm still Muslim, I still strongly identify, like I still pray like all the time, all those kind of things. But that doesn't take away from me being friends with Sheung, and me. I also know Sheung is like, shares of her religious shit. Listen, if you're looking for spiritual guidance,
Oh my God,
off that phone. Off that phone.
Is your mom?
I know. She likes to just, and that doesn't take away from my relationship with Sheung, and it doesn't mean that anything that Sheung is doing is any less. You know what I mean? Like at the end of the day, like we'll all see. You know what I mean? Like I always think about that. I'm like, at the end of the day, we'll all see, but like I think that it doesn't. You shouldn't feel like, and I think that's something that religion sometimes like they don't really preach this like at the church, at the mosque, of like there's a togetherness of us just being human being. You know what I mean? Like they always tell you, like, you know, help your Christian brother, your Muslim brother, and I'm like, that doesn't mean that the person that is not, you know, that religion doesn't deserve your friendship or your love, all those kind of things. And I'm just really glad to be friends with people who can like see the truth to both sides, you know, like be fully like committed to their religion and their relationship with God, and still like love and care.
Take all this again. As a Christian, we're taught to like bring people to Christ, like bring people to Christ. So like the thing is that for the longest time, I think I was taking the wrong approach with actually like bringing people to Christ. So for example, I would say something like, "Oh, come to be a Christian. Be a Christian is good. Yeah, being a Muslim is good, but being a Christian too is good," and stuff like that. But the thing is that I grew to understand that it's the Holy Spirit that will convict you. So for example, I can do all the talking. So I could tell you the goodness of God. I can tell you how wonderful God is. But like it's the Holy Spirit that's going to finish the work. I'm not finishing the work. You can listen to me for 3 hours straight and you'll not hear anything. Another person listens to me for another 3 hours straight and their life has changed. But like it's the Holy Spirit that would. So my taking is that like now it's people tend to say stuff like they won't be friends with like people of other religions. So every time I try and bring somebody to Christ, I kind of tell them that, oh, like as in Jesus is good, Jesus is kind, just wonderful. I let them tell me who they worship and stuff like that. So like for example, I've been in contact with somebody that doesn't believe anything. Person believes in the something of flying spaceships. Something. For example, I talked to that guy for the longest time, and like I was totally confused. I was like, how would you believe this? How is this something that you think? Have you seen it?
Spaghetti flying monster.
No, it's not a monster, it's a religion. There's something they do. They wear corianders and stuff like that.
Church of Holy Meatball.
I don't know, but they shall one church like that. So for example, I was talking to that person, and obviously to me it seems quite absurd. I was shocked. But like I told him about who I serve, who I believe in and stuff, and it's left for the Holy Spirit to convict that person in their spirit if they need it. I'm not someone to judge, because while I was younger, I used to be very judgmental. So for example, you tell me that I don't pray, I don't go to church. I'll be like, oh God, this one is going to help.
Kind of good. This
one's going to hellfire and stuff. Like as I've been growing in my Christian journey, I've been able to realize that I can't really tell people they're going to hell, they're going to heaven, stuff like that. Everybody's walking.
Who are you going to heaven?
But you must try and build that relationship. I can help you by telling you what I believe in, praying for the Holy Spirit to guide you and stuff. But me telling you that what you're doing is evil, terrible. But please take notes. This doesn't mean that if you know somebody that is doing something horrible, you shouldn't tell them to stop. That's another sin on its own. So I about that one. But thing is that you should also, I feel like you should respect your friends' decisions. You can tell them, but don't push it on them. So for example, I can say, Abim, I want you to be Christian. I can tell you about Christianity, but I won't say, Abim, if you don't follow me to church, today is over. Our friendship is going to end. Me and you, never again. You get, it's just like, she's not going to understand what is so beautiful about this Christianity. This is what it takes.
If that's how, yeah. So, I don't think people realize how much they are representatives of their religion. And if that's the approach that you keep getting, like, that people like keep throwing at you, you know, it's like, why do I even want to be in this religion? This is how they are all judgmental. Do you get what I mean?
Right.
And I've really learned the philosophy of face your front. You know, like, and when I say face your front, like Sharon said, like, if somebody is doing something that's really messed up, you should definitely say something. But like, sometimes there's this very like self-righteousness associated with people who are like trying to bring people to their religion, and I'm just like, guys, relax. You yourself, my dear, what have you done today for your Lord?
Yes.
Which sin have you know that this thing you're doing now is sinning? Okay,
have you removed the stuff from your own eye before you try and
I remember when one of our friends, who she was Muslim up until maybe 10th, 11th grade, and then she became Christian. And I remember her, I don't even think I ever had a conversation with her about it until like after graduation. And I asked her just out of like randomness. I was like, I know it's kind of random, but I always wanted to ask, like, what made you decide, you know, to switch religions? And she essentially said, like, at the time, I think it wasn't convenient. Like, I think her mom too was kind of like not having a good relationship, and like she just found herself in Christianity. And I'm like, okay, yeah, like that. I mean, that makes sense. And I think all I said was, you shouldn't like go to. Remember that, like, it doesn't matter how long it takes you to get to, you know, a relationship with God, like, and I understand that was out of convenience, but like, if you're going to do it, I hope that you like follow through and like really find that relationship with God. And she said that I was the first Muslim that ever told her that. So everybody else that she told her that she's going to hell. And I was like, Jesus.
It's just like, it's really, I can't lie. I've all gotten to that stage of growing out of it. But like, people do tell people that stuff like, oh my God, you're going to die. You're going to burn in the lake of fire. And I'm just like, my message to you is that although you're trying to bring people to Christ, bring people to Islam and stuff like that, you should also know that you cannot, as an individual, drag somebody into something. You cannot. Like, even when pastors win souls, they're not doing it with their power. They're doing it with the power of from my view, they're doing the power of the Holy Spirit. So if you're not spirit-led, well, you can share the word, but like, you should always know that the Holy Spirit is going to finish everything. The Spirit's going to you can't finish.
You're just a vessel.
Exactly. So always remember that, and like, don't like judge people for their actions and stuff like that and things. I don't know. It's just, I just thought about the whole religion thing, because with everything happening also, like, as in how in Nigeria we have the Boko Haram and the Fulani headsmen and stuff and things like that, and the killings of different people. Like, they will kill Muslims today, they will kill Christians today, and all of us will be against each other. Do you get that kind of thing? And like, maybe the church will say, oh, we're angry with the mosque will say we're angry with the church. So as in, everything is just, we're not we preach, and it's not a good thing, because out of everything, what still matters is this beautiful book, your Bible. See my Bible. This is my study Bible. It's so pretty.
It looks fresh.
Right?
Very fresh.
So what still matters is the big book and God in heaven. And like, if you think following other people and not actually reading your word and praying and finding out your own relationship with God will be what will save you,
you'll be shocked.
Let's stick again.
My dear, you'll be shocked.
Yeah. So thank you so much, Abimisola, for gracing us with your presence on the show. But thanks for coming. Thanks for your knowledge, for impacting us. Is there anything
Por supuesto.
anything else you would want to leave with?
Make sure you follow my Instagram.
I would actually put it there though. But Abim used to.
I don't have a lot.
She used to do this mental health thing. She used to do this thing. That's your YouTube channel thing that you used to do before.
I finished it, but you can watch it. You can watch it.
So I will put the link down below if you want to look at them. So thanks for coming. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I hope it got you thinking, and you've been able to like
learn.
Thanks for coming.